All right, look at this generation. You know, the last time we had a generation that had a lot of amphibious terrain, we had the Legend of Simple Joe, which was awesome. So we've got 8 players here. We've got 8 kings that will explode, and we have 8 community members. Every Friday, everyone comes together and gets real excited to be part of the community, which basically means try and kill each other and watch other people kill each other, which is just the most community building thing that I could think of. Um, the map's mega random, and with mega random, you never really know what you're going to get. But first glance tells us that there could be lots of water control utilized, lots of explosions, as the players will find it hard to wall their bases and keep their kings safe. But starting it off here in the orange, we have 2 karambits, 1 pop. Amazing username. I love this username. It's a shame that this user isn't Malay, but I had them go random civ. In the yellow, we have Valley Zone, who's playing as the Persians. In the teal, we have Philippe, who is playing as the Hindustanis. In the gray, we have Labaland, who's playing as the Ethiopians. In the blue, we have Layered Like Nachos. Lovely name as well, because I'm hungry. Playing as the Chinese. In the red, we have Trebuchev. What are these names? You got, this is all these amazing Age of Empires names, playing as the Bulgarians. In the green, we have Lone Wolf, playing as the Saracens. And last but not least, we have Aaron Wub Wub, playing as the Italians. A civ that I think could be very strong on this map if they wanted to focus on the water.
Yes.
The players are chatting it up right now.
Yes.
And they're saying hi to each other. And I have not seen many of these players play a lot of community games. So you had people saying that they were stressed. You have one player who was like, oh my God, I've got to update my game. I guess that player's actually playing in the next game, come to think of it. But should be an interesting mix. And it's always good to see returning faces. Like Valley Zone, I think, was in an upload last month. People are going to say it's rigged. But like, it's also good to have some new faces, some new blood, because everyone's got different ways of playing the game and preferences, personalities, etc. You never know, how things are going to work. And oh my God, I would still be very careful. I mean, I guess if they shoot down your king with their town center, it sucks for them because then their base is going to explode, but still stresses me out. Okay, so they're talking about resources because it's mega random, and it doesn't seem like there's actually any boars. So imagine the stress of a community game, but then it's mega random, doesn't give you something you're used to. Honestly, is kind of a bad generation for food in general. Like, there is amphibious trains you can dock, but there's no fish. I guess they've got water buffalo, they've got some hunt, they've got some berries. They could figure something out, but I think fast castle strategies will definitely be delayed. 2 karambits, 1 pop says, I remember to build houses this time, T90. Yeah, I vaguely remember a game from 2 karambits, 1 pop, but I think it has been a hot minute. Gray says, I did not, which is lovely stuff. All right. So very chatty so far, as we would expect from these players. I like it. Some players are being more bold with their kings than others. I mean, the king is your best scout. It is also very dangerous to scout with, but again, if they were to kill your king next to their base, they're completely screwed because of it. I still wouldn't put it past some people to go get the snipes anyways. It is a very donut-y looking map. It's like a ring of death or a donut of death, you know, if you really want to get excited about things here. But I expect a slow build-up. And I guess, like, maybe the middle and the sides is going to be more about wood. Normal maps, you think more about going to those areas for gold. But that's not really the case. The gold and stone is all right next to the player TCs. All right. Let's think of civs a little bit. I think Saracens have a great late game, as do Italians. Bulgarians, I guess, do as well. Britons. I mean, none of these civs are really bad. I would say the civ that probably is the most awkward would probably be Bulgarians, because they don't have the best archers. But honestly, these civs are pretty solid. Sometimes Persians can be a little awkward too, because they don't really have the best archer units. But I think with how strong their like paladins are and the potential for elephants, if you get real wild, I think it will certainly give Persians opportunities. All right, so they're all talking to each other, but Lone Wolf, who I recall was in a video within the last 6 months. I forget who was in that game, but anyways, starting to talk to one player in particular, and that is the neighbor Trebuchet. Can someone please make a meme of a trebuchet with a chef's hat, or a trebuchet cooking something now? Because in the event that Red ends up making a big mark in this game, I would absolutely love to have it for the YouTube thumbnail. Actually, maybe just in general. And then I'll just tweet it. Like the memes Discord, the memes channel in our Discord, I have been just, as it says in the description of that channel, I have been stealing those memes and been using them for other people's enjoyment on my socials. I would like to do the exact same thing with the Trebuchet, please. That'd be awesome. My proper payment is entertainment. Or if I'm not entertaining, my payment is making you feel better about yourself after listening to an idiot like me. Look at that. We have all of our bases covered. Interesting. So Lone Wolf is searching for fish? Is that what's happening? Or is this just a scouting fish? Also, that looks like Auto Scout over there in the corner. You could add fishing ships and then add fish traps, but it's very possible that these players didn't realize there was deep fish, or there wasn't deep fish, excuse me. Yeah, now Blue says, is there fish? I always find this really funny because, like, I tell people all the time in my cast to dock if there's water, and now you have multiple players docking when there's no fish. I mentioned this to the devs. I feel like if there's going to be amphibious terrain generations on Mega Random, there should be a few fish there. It just makes the possibilities a bit higher in 1v1s and team games. I'm seeing one too many generations where there's just, you've got water, but like no fish just makes it a little bit silly. But maybe that's good because then there's more reason to fight for water. If there's more reason to fight for water, then it might just be all water. I don't know. Bring Me Biscuit says, man makes a living casting a 20-year-old game with a community that loves him. Doesn't sound like an idiot to me. Okay. Someone's trying to butter me up because you know I'm going to select a host for a game later. It's working, but I'm onto your tricks, Bring Me Biscuits. Some next level Diplo here. Thank you, though. Hello, good people to the southeast. Shall we form a mighty alliance? Tougher. I think it's like a tough alliance. It's like when together and tough combine. And Layered Like Nacho says yes, but just classic. Happens every time, saying yes to everybody. So someone out there is just like, oh, why is Blue saying yes? Guys, why am I top score? I'm 700 elo, says Orange. Oh, that's rather concerning then. For you, as you were hoping to come in here as the underdog. Chat continues. 'Cause you're good. Smurf, clearly. God, if I'm good, what's Viper, question mark. All right. Interesting discussions. So Southeast, that's the alliance? So that's Gray speaking to the other shades of blue. I guess that's Southeast. Yep. Certainly not Southwest. That's not like a great team name, you know? We are the Southeast Legion. That's, I don't know. Maybe, I'm sorry if that's someone's clan name. I shouldn't be saying such things. 2 Karambits, 1 Pop is doing a lot of things, like deleting the dock apparently. But a lot of things I think that is going to make people very kind to Orange later on. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, this person's 700 elo? Dang, like that. I thought they were much better than that. Oh, wow, they accidentally deleted their dock. Wow, I should be nice to this person. These are good things to say. You don't want to take it too far, but I think they're good things to say. Also, Layer Like Nachos loves the market. Is all over the market. And maybe going up to Castle Age because of the market. Doesn't like mining camps so much. Layered Like Nachos, it is concerning to me that you have very efficient wood eco, and yet you are not making mining camps. I understand it's close. And you want your villagers maybe to get their exercise, but still. Okay, so this is attempt number 2 from Lone Wolf. Says, hey, Red, we are next to each other. Let's be friends. All right. So I like that. Sometimes the best alliances are made with people who are... It's not the player as much as the position, I guess, is what I'm getting at. And Valley Zone, the player I want to circle back to because the score is the highest. Persians are a really good boom civ. Persians can do some crazy things if they're left untouched with war elephants. And I think Valley Zone also has a little bit to improve. Or, sorry, a little bit to prove. It's possible that Valley Zone needs to improve as well. But because the last time Valley Zone played, remember, Valley Zone was teamed with... It was a yellow player as Ethiopians. And it was that game where the player named Gaming with the Tatars was like... being real wishy-washy and trying to be too diplomatic and never really committing. I think it was like Smokey or something. Anyways, the yellow player in that game ended up getting revenge on Valley Zone and then on purple because like they basically weren't sticking to their team. And so I think Valley was like afterwards was like, well, listen, like I didn't want to. They started making a wonder. There are all these things. I didn't want to stick with that person. I think Valley's going to come in here like this is my time to shine. How do I choose who to chat to 11? And this is Gray saying this or what? That's funny. So Philippe is saying that to one person. So clearly you found how to chat to someone, but you don't know that you could chat to someone. There's a separate icon at the top. I think it's the one with the horn. And you can toggle on and off who you're chatting to. Okay. Layered like nachos says, yo, guys, allies. Now, that's really complicated because you don't... Who is guys? You know? Like, who are you speaking to? That's not... That's helpful for you so you don't have to chat a lot. But they don't really know who's included in that. Okay. Red saying I let everyone through. As so far with the economy, we've got a clear leader here with Valley Zone and Trebuchet. And then everyone else is kind of middle of the pack. I don't know if you guys watch bike riding, but like the rest is the peloton. My dad got super into watching the Tour de France over the past. Well, he's always watched it, to be honest, but now he's retired. So he watched everything live and just spent all of his time watching it. I watched a lot of it growing up, so that was just a weird reference that came to my mind. Speaking of, I forget his name, and this is bad because he watches my content, and we've spoken. So hopefully, as the auto scouts are all going in the same path, hopefully I can remember it now. But there's actually a Tour de France rider who plays Age of Empires. Shoot. I forget his name. I don't know if we'll see this. He's going to hate me afterwards. Okay, just 4 auto scouts, all scouting the same path. Oh, why did this one stop? What? Oh, that's sad. Okay, green is now asking a question. And we'll see what that question is. And blue is saying shoot, is then ask the question, but the message is not getting to green. Lone Wolf says, I've never played with this civ. What do I make with this civ? Ah. I think you should go for pikemen. They have amazing pikemen. That's what I would say. I'd be a troller. Ah, yes. Tim de Klerk. That's it. And I honestly, I didn't really follow Tour de France much, so I don't really know like what's happening. But I do know that he's serious, man. There might be multiple, too. I don't know. I'm going Cav Archers. Wait, is it only you two still, right? Any spies? Lol. Okay, but Blue, they don't have a way of knowing who else is seeing the message. All right? How do I choose who to chat to, says Teal. Okay, so these guys just, they're figuring it out. Again, I've thought about making a video on it, but I've made a video on how to enter community games, and I still, like, it's just like all the time people are asking how to enter community games when they make it here or in the Discord or Twitter or whatever. So I just haven't found that making videos like that are actually super helpful for people because people just ask anyways because they don't find that video. But to answer the question these people are asking, if you're ever in the game, there's some menu buttons at the top right, and one of them has an option to select or deselect who's receiving each message. So it's the diplomacy window. There's a window that allows you to ally, neutral, enemy people, and then there's also an option for the chat. And now, okay, so Philippe says, I think I figured it out, definitely yellow. There we go. So there you go. You got to, like, be thrown to the wolves a little bit and figure out how that works. Yeah, it's not a very easy system. It's not like, oh, it's just real self-explanatory. Real, you know, to find it's one thing, and then you just get used to it over time. Okay. Yeah, of course people, someone says don't tell even more people. Of course people who play in community games don't want more people to show up, and they also don't want people to know how to Diplo because they want that edge. All right, so immediately after figuring this out, says I think our empires could accomplish great things together. Persians and the Hindustanis. All right. Was it red? No. It was green that said, what do I do with the Saracens? Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, red is killing it right now with 96 villagers. But again, we have, like, in terms of alliances, we have the Southeast Alliance, which is supposed to incorporate Philip here, who's now talking to Yellow. And Yellow just completely ghosted Teal. It doesn't seem to care. I'm going to remove the market events, by the way. That'll get really annoying. And so Yellow says, Purple want to be friends. And they say, why not? But they say, why not publicly? And now Blue says, why not what? Yes. It never gets old. I was reading the YouTube comments from a recent community game where someone said, and it had a lot of upvotes, it was like, it just never gets old how people screw up their chat settings in these games. Especially when someone tries to backstab, is trying to be real sneaky, and then they get the message wrong. And, oh, I like the cover here. Just, you know, just why not everything, you know? Like, why do we even exist, honestly? Like, what are civilizations even? Oh, man. You know, just try and completely change the topic. Just act like nothing happened there. That could actually be kind of bad for Purple, because Purple's one of the weaker players based on score at the moment. So, you know, if they see you're playing dumb, they might just want to take you out, especially with so much golden stone around. Wow, we have a one villager Krepost here from Trebuchev. Lots of Krepost towards the middle. Lots of barracks prepped. The Bulgarians are known for their infantry and their cav. Wow, we have 3 Kreposts going up with 1 villager. The Yellow didn't get a response from Purple, and now says, Red, you the highest score, want to be friends. You can see it's like, yes. Valley doesn't care about using empires or Southeast Alliance. Valley's just like, dude, you're high score. Like, let's go kill people. Blue says, yo, guys, how many petards to take a TC down? That answer would be 5, by the way. And Green says, getting a market in the top left, let's trade. So, you know, you've got the chat is confusing alliance here between Purple and Green. There, you know, is no signs here that there's going to be any, like, plans. No one's saying, hey, let's go kill somebody. I guess Blue asking about the petards tells me, oh, boy. Yeah, Blue might go for a snipe here. Blue's got cav archers. I saw Blue got thumb ring earlier, too. And Blue also has petards. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, it is 8 for a castle, and it is 5 for a TC. But 4 on a TC makes the king eject, if I'm not mistaken. So Blue's just asking that and not really saying who the plan is for. If I'm yellow and I have 135 eco and I only have 1 castle, and that castle's not even next to the main area of my eco or my king is, I would feel very vulnerable right now. We have markets already for yellow, though. And the trade is going to begin. Also, a TC in the corner for Lone Wolf. And Lone Wolf, I guess that was a misclick. Says, wow, I made a TC in place of a market, lol. That's a new one. Yellow, can you see my messages? Now, remember, Yellow didn't respond to Teal earlier. And Yellow what seems to be looking for an alliance with someone that's strong. But, I don't know, like, still just booming. This game feels like a couple people are going to die and they're just going to be disappointed. You know, there's going to be, like, no real defense of them. Because I'm not seeing alliances that are that strong right now. I'm not feeling that anyways. So I feel like a couple people die, but it will create some alliances as players are going to realize who's strong, who's not, who's to fear, and who will communicate and who will not. So Valley's got to be careful here. High score, not communicating with these people, going for crazy trade, and is also Persians. A civ that I've talked about for a long time. If they can boom up and get to elephants, it's very hard to stop. Trebuchet, let's take the guys on your left, says Blue. Hey, remember, there is a southeastern alliance between Blue, Gray, and Teal, supposedly. Blue, sorry, but that castle is a little scary, says Green. And Blue's just ready to kill. Layered like Nachos is like, I've been waiting for years to have this opportunity to kill someone's king. I'm ready to make a move. And now Green is talking about Blue publicly, which is going to make people be worried about Blue. I don't see this as a scary castle personally, but Green is on the lower end of the score. And now Blue says, don't worry, we friends. Sorry. With the sorry going to Green. And then Blue realizes this is a good moment. Don't worry, we are friends. And now Green just says uncool. Wow, Green is like apology not accepted. One in, out alliance. And then Green, oh god, Green is completely outing Blue as a dangerous player. That bleep bleep or Cavarch, sure Blue. Oh god, Lone Wolf. Have some secrecy. Lone Wolf is completely screwing up people's plans. But here comes Blue anyways. You know what would have been epic, by the way? Is if you would have made a dock here, Blue, and then transported the petards, because they could move them faster. This is going to take forever. You could actually transport them across. Also, we have Wub Wub going for the water control. Great thinking with the Italians. Docks on both sides, too. That's really smart. Okay. No one notices a thing here. Here they go. We have 15 petards. Now, I believe these are heading over towards Aaron. They could see this. Obviously, would have the tools to stop it as well. Navy would be quite strong. Also, is in the Imperial Age. Missing blacksmith technologies, but I still feel like war galleys with no blacksmith technologies would be fine. I also think Red sees this, and Red might be thinking that Blue is dangerous. I don't know Red's trust level right now. I wish, I know these are humans, so it's hard to really do that. If it was bots, you could maybe do it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have purple turning on Lone Wolf, and this is good for Blue, because I bet you Green is going to scream that purple's the enemy now. But yeah, anyways, I wish it'd be like, trust level has risen. Trust level has fallen. Throughout community games. Orange, we have to be friends until the end. Your longbows and my palas. This is Valley's like third attempt at getting someone to respond. And Green says, you took my gold. I don't know what gold we're talking about. Oh, yeah, there's villagers there on gold. Guys, perp is aggro. Oh, I don't, you liar. I didn't. Oh, so they've been called a liar. It's one thing to take my gold, but now you are insulting my conduct, my morals, my being. My vills are crazy. So I think Green noticed that. They weren't meant to. Okay, so Green's like, I didn't try it. Which, in all fairness, I don't think Green did try it. Meanwhile, Red and Blue are moving in together. Purple's dropped a castle foundation here. I think Purple knows something is up. And you need to get out of here, Purple. You need to get out of here. Ideally run into a castle. And Purple turns on everyone. Oh no, the panic. The panic. Because Purple's like, well, Green's against me. Blue and Red are here. What do I do? And now the King's going to run. So that is an understandable reflex, I think. Because when times are stressful, you can't trust me if you've never seen it. It's really tough to, like, pick out who's attacking you on the list. So I think Purple, just for the sake of time, said, I've got to simply just turn on everyone here. But we knew the first person was going to have to die at some point, and the Batards are here. And this is going to be the end for Aaron Wubwub. As Green finally allies Purple, the King is going to explode. So always sad to see someone killed off like that, but it seemed pretty clear that these players wanted nothing to do with Purple. And Purple did attack first, right? Because Purple is like, you took my gold. I don't know. It's tricky, but the explosion happens. All of Purple's hard work is gone, and nobody else will die in that engagement. We do actually have Red attacking Green, though. And Green's King... Oh, Green's King went down. Whoa, to a Trebuchet? Trebuchet killed a king with the Trebuchet? What? Hold on a moment. Okay, so the king was here. My apologies. No way. Trebuchet kills a king with a treb. Dang. Oh, my word. Okay, so now Green is out of the game. And now Red could lose all of this and lose some of the base. I don't think Red's king will actually explode, but it is still very close. Wow, living up to the name here. So yeah, Lone Wolf was very talkative and was airing everyone's dirty laundry out. So like, I can understand that. Lone Wolf and Purple kind of bickering amongst each other. So I think they were just easy targets because they didn't really work together. So sad times for Green, sad times for Purple. No one's going to be able to take Purple's gold now. And like I had said, like, it was really hard for me to gain a grasp on what the alliances were. I don't even know if 2 Karambits responded earlier to Yellow, who now has castles everywhere and trade everywhere. And 196 eco. Like, Valley's just being as greedy as possible. Okay, so what I do think now is that Blue and Red love each other. Like, these guys are going to work together this game. Maybe love is too strong. Gray and Teal may honor that Southeastern Alliance thing. And then we now have 2 Karambits, 1 Pot moving to the north. And 2 Karambits is making a lot of longbows, which would be really fun to see. Red says, I forgot Kings Explode. Which is always funny. Unfortunately for Red, I mean, most of the eco was still further away. Oh boy. Oh my god. Don't tell me. Oh my god. Aaron Wubwub almost killed that king from the dead. Remember, Aaron had enemied everyone, and there was just some leftover ships here. That would have been embarrassing for 2 Karambits, 1 Pop. But I guess should be able to kill this player with the longboats. And then wants the king to be in the north, I guess. Okay, so Orange did respond earlier. I didn't see that. All right, good to know. Blue is still having some big issues with the chat. Blue is saying who next, guys, but is essentially looking in the mirror and talking to himself because, like, that, yeah, that's just not reaching anybody. So if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling like no one cares about you, it could just be that they don't know what messages you're sending them. That almost happened again, but that was the final ship there for Wub Wub. Hey, at least Lone Wolf and Wub Wub they can be friends now, you know? Like, now they have something to bond over. They bond over their death. Oh my god. Layer like nachos. This has just been a constant thing. Like, what's funny is Blue is like kind of trying to find someone to kill. This is Labaland. What's up with all those castles? I'm scared. But Gray isn't responding because Gray isn't getting the messages. And now I think Blue is going to be like, oh, they're not talking to me. I need to go kill them. Now, Red says, what now, Blue? And I wonder if this will prompt Blue to check if the messages are going over to Red. Because finally someone's talking. Tristan, would you consider a stand-up comedy side career? No way. I will do sit-down comedy because that's what I currently aim to do with some of my videos, but stand-up comedy is just way too much pressure. Oh my god, Blue says Lavaland has gone quiet. And now Grace is where to, Blue, and I still wonder if it's going to dawn on Blue that the messages are just not being received. There's so much distrust just because of lack of communication. And now now Blue's just trying to talk to anyone. Like, hey, Valley, what about you? Oh, this is funny, man. This is ruining the whole Southeastern Alliance. The whole Southeastern Alliance is dependent on Blue. You're the only one who talks, but no living enemies, says 2 Karambits. Oh, that's funny. No living enemies. Gray should be getting attacked at any moment here, says Teal. Okay, so Teal is like not really with the Southeastern Alliance. Teal wants to work with Yellow and Orange, and they're just waiting for Blue to turn on Gray. Gray's king is in this castle, by the way, and Gray sees this. These guys are going to fight. These guys are definitely going to fight. This is so obvious. Now, Gray has put 1 unit in each castle to be sneaky on where the king is, but the king is actually in the forward one, so that's not great. And now Blue's rolling this way, and Blue's signaling to himself. I don't think anyone else will see the signal, and I guess we'll consider attacking Philippe here. Gray did say where to a moment ago and got no response, right? And then Red also got no response. Also, I'm expecting Valley's eco to be insane. I'm expecting Elite War Elephants. Oh, yeah. We've got Elephants. We've got Paladins. Like, I think Yellow might be so strong that no one will have the guts to go after him, but that's probably the move you're going to want to make. Teal, Blue is coming for you. Yeah, so Yellow is noticing this because no one's really been fighting. And this is... the Southeastern Alliance is a lie. It's going to fall apart. And, yep, so we have the move. Now, I wonder... I don't think Gray is going to be inclined to defend Blue in this. I wouldn't be. Not up against Imp Camels. No siree Bob. And Yellow turns on Blue as well. And so, yeah, I mean, honestly, Blue, I think... oh, yeah, just get inside Gray's castle. See how that goes. But, whoa, Red is actually turning... so, Red has always been very loyal to Blue because of their first attack, I guess. So, Red is actually fighting alongside Blue here. Even though the communication's not there. The love still is. And Blue says, no, as everything dies. Can you fix Yellow? Question mark. Thanks. What? That might have been, can you help me? Or can you fix the lag? Because I saw some lag there. But yeah, Paladins and Imp Camels. it's just a crazy combination. They would need Gray to be involved here, but if they don't have Gray involved, I think they're going to have some big problems. Now, looking at the stockpiles, it'll be at the bottom left. The gold is there for red, but red doesn't have any trade, so that's going to disappear faster than you think. Gray and yellow have the most trade cards right now. Why is it war in my town, says Gray. That's true. Like, you wanted to be friends with everybody. It's Flip. I'm coming with Halb, says Blue. Man, the fact that Blue is trying to communicate and no one's receiving it is so freaking funny to me. It's so funny to me. And it makes Blue and Gray and everyone involved just feel more alone. And now we're gonna have, oh, whoa, what? Wait, what? So orange turns on yellow, which will lead to all of yellow's trade going down? Did orange try that? No, orange did not try that. So we have failed chat settings, failed Diplo settings, we have a town bell somewhere, and we have these big attacks. My God, my bad, wrong enemy, says orange. And honestly, I don't even think yellow noticed. I don't think that's a big deal at all. Gray has decided now to turn because Gray's being attacked, and unfortunately, Gray, I can understand Gray's confusion, but yeah, everyone just felt like Gray was in on that move with Blue when that wasn't the case at all. And I don't think red is going to be strong enough to really support here. I do like the Bulgarians, but I think you would have to have probably like Halb Cavalier, because your Cavalier attack really fast, and then probably a lot of Siege Onagers. Gray's going to be completely mopped up. You cannot stop the Persians at this point. And Blue's king is inside of this town center. Blue is getting raided to death in so many different areas. And we're going to have Gray be pushed quite quickly. So this could be a fast game by community game standards. It's been an hour, but if Gray dies, Blue's probably going to follow. Red could follow after that. And then it's the northeast, I guess, that's going to be fortified and remaining. Feel a little bad for Gray, obviously, who had tried to communicate here or there. But, you know, it's one of those things that they'll watch and they'll feel so embarrassed that they got their chat settings wrong. I also think that Layered, like Nachos, really wanted to kill kings this game and didn't really want to focus on trade as much, which is fine, but I think you need coordination to kill kings instead of just going in on your own. But, hey, maybe it was Blue's plan to talk to himself the whole time. Maybe it's part of it. I talk to myself sometimes. Not in community games for everyone else to see. There's a bit of a difference, but I'll admit it. Trade's getting raided as well. Can we talk about how tryhard Valley Zone's approach is, though? Clearly the best player, but like crazy trade, a million castles, just super safe. And you know what I always want from people who are super safe? I always wish and pray for their demise. There's nothing wrong with playing safe, but there's also nothing wrong with me rooting for you to die. That's just how community games work. Wouldn't be a community if I didn't want you guys to to die. No, I'm kidding. But it's the top score, you know? We don't like to see the top score win all the time. Okay, so Gray is sending the king towards red, and red never did anything to hurt Gray. So I'm thinking maybe this is a little loop-de-loop to get to someone else. Because there's wide open spaces over here. We'll see about that. 2 Karambits, 1 Pop says to themselves, I'm so out of the loop this game. But, I mean, that benefits you. You're at least fighting with people, and you have trade, so that's not bad. Maybe Gray's going to try... Oh, Gray's going to try and reboom. Okay, so Gray's not actually going to try and detonate the king. Gray wants to stay alive. Wants to be one of those comeback stories. And hey, I mean, anything's possible. I've seen crazier things before. But with no support, Blue will eventually die. And Valley now says, great, change your trade way. Yeah, Red's just been trying to raid here or there with these Hussars. They do attack really fast with the Bulgarians. I'm wondering, though, if teal or orange are going to have the confidence and the guts to try and kill yellow. Like, this is not very sneaky, but it's a sign to me that maybe orange would consider it. Especially, like, with these longbows, too. Oh, man, like, I honestly, the longer this game goes, the more I start to get paranoid if I'm yellow, because you've got the perfect setup. You just don't want to be surprised. Yellow, though, getting some crazy revenge in on red with the raids. And the Vil count right now, I guess the eco count's still 100 for red, but you have to imagine more could die. A red's king, by the way, is walled in now into this corner, which is smart. It's very smart. And wait, I think yellow might have researched treason. Oh, yellow can see this because yellow was allied with green, so it's as clear as day. Oh! And gray... Wait, is gray... Why can gray see that? Why can gray see the paladins? Was that maybe blue's trade card helping? Yellow's here. Blue now says, guys, help, question mark. In the mirror... to himself. Awkward. So that it doesn't fall on deaf ears. They just straight up, there are no ears here. It's just there's no one to hear it. And I don't know exactly what's happening here. Wait, yellow and gray are allies now. Oh, okay. That explains the vision thing then. I just didn't expect them to be allies. If you don't realize that you're talking to yourself 20 minutes ago, you're not going to realize now, right? Like, the game's way too intense to have moments for that. Oh my god. Look at this push. So the Trebs and the longbows. It's sad to me that the longbows are missing chemistry, and or maybe it's Bracer. Yeah, they're missing Bracer and some armor, but they're still really good. Yellow still has the paladins here, too. Which would have me being very suspicious. Now blue is running. Yellow turns on gray, so yellow wasn't even attacking gray that whole time. And now we have the paladins on the TC, so gray cannot defend this. Now, gray could try and send the king towards somebody's base, but I think even this number of paladins should be able to take out this TC. I guess the upgrades are in on the TC, so we'll see. It's going to be really close. And yellow sending more paladins, which could be for blue's king, which is inside of this castle. Or it could be for the town center in the corner. Okay, so gray was in and out of the TC there. You could make a run for it here, gray. But you guys know me. I really like to see players realize they're going to die and try and take someone else out with them. But no one wants to just give up and die in a community game, especially if you don't get in them that frequently. It's possible that gray could hold... no, I still think the TC eventually pops that king out. Also, listen. That bug continues. That bug has been here for months. Red is putting up a good fight. Unfortunately, Halb's... like, infantry's just not going to cut it here. Like, paladin and longbows is very strong. Another paladin has arrived. This TC somehow is still staying up. The repair villagers back in the TC, though. Great. Fighting the good fight. But the king should eject any moment now, and there it goes. But the king could run towards somebody. Blue now turns on red. Wait, what? Blue turns on red. And now allies red, so that must have been a mistake. And here goes gray, who I'm hoping will realize that there's a hussar there. And gray realizes the hussar's there and is now moving around. But the hussar's found the king. And this king will eventually die. And this king will not really take out anything of importance. Unless it can hop in green's TC? Nope, it's dead. Okay, so gray is dead. Blue says... alrighty, boys. It was fun first community game. Hope there's more. Blue, are you going to take... Ah! I feel so bad for Trebuchet. Blue probably feels annoyed that red wouldn't communicate, or that gray wouldn't communicate. Oh man, is Layered like Nacho's gonna be upset when they finds out later. Oh man, and now red goes out as well. Pay the price for someone else's mistakes here, red. So, okay. Well, I mean, I just mentioned that I want people to try and take out others when they go down, but... Blue says Kings go boom. Trebuchet, I think, should be overall pretty happy. And now it's the final 3. And Valley says orange, we get teal, okay? You see how Valley's like all business? They shouldn't take this deal, by the way. This should not be a okay situation unless 2 Karambits, 1 Pop is just happy being second place. Works for me. Just going to take a moment to change trade. Now, ideally, for our entertainment, orange goes and speaks to teal now and says, hey, this guy's going to try and win this game. He's clearly top scorer. We shouldn't let him win. And we should go down fighting. I fear, though, like, some people are just really happy to be second place and say, hey, I got second place. They don't put up a lot of a fight at times. And the correct move for yellow is fight as soon as possible. That way, the other 2 don't have time to chat. And I think teal might have actually had... No, those were trade carts. But yeah, here comes yellow now. Now, Hindustanis are a good civilization to be able to go up against the Persians with their camels and their hand cannons. But I don't know if the economy is going to be there. I guess they both have a lot of resources. But one player has a lot more... has expanded their eco a lot more and has a lot more military right now. And that would be yellow. I think it's going to be really hard for teal to reach out for help in this moment. Orange, only to you, want to take out the top guy, then fight to the death. So that's a tough thing to say when you're being attacked already. But it's the right move. And let's hope that that has some type of an impact here. Also, these units are not attacking. These units are not attacking for some reason. Now they are. And now Orange says, told him I'll help him soon. Gonna snipe him on the way if I can. Do you know where his king is? Okay, so this is why Valley attacking when he did was very smart. Because if there was any waiting, these weaker players would have time. Valley is not giving them time. Also, the king is inside of this town center. I'm terrified for teal. Teal says no. Camels are on the way. Out of... Oh, man, more stables are going to be needed here. But camels, imp camels are still really strong. And also, I don't think Valley will assume that the king is there. Okay. He's going for castles. The camels are holding. And Orange's plan of killing the king while on the way is very smart. Because that is the natural path to take. It's right through Yellow's base if you want to come help. Again, Valley's been all business. It's just been like, hey, you with me. We're top scorer. We kill all. There's none of that, like, real... It's just very clearly transactional or, like, you know, in it for his own self-interest here. Okay, and there's now a signal from teal, which I might have missed. And Orange says WTF. And now Valley's asking for peace. No. You can't fight someone, fail to kill them, and then suddenly be like, hey, it was just a prank. You can't do that. Actually, you can, and I don't think Valley realizes how close it was to killing the king because the king is right there. And teal says that's not how this works. Haha, I like the response. Yeah, definitely a little bit of regret. Also, I think the WTF came in because Orange was making the move. Orange is not going to be able to take out Yellow, though. Yellow is asking teal for peace largely because of this as well. So we have a Valley Zone sandwich. And we'll see if teal can start to push this side. There's no siege. Siege is really going to be needed. So I think Orange is going to be asking for help soon. But on the bright side for 2 Karambits, 1 Pop, the king is in the north. So that's a positive here. Negative is no halberdier. And only longbows when longbows don't even have full upgrades yet. So that's painful. Okay, he absolutely slaughters my longbows, says 2 Karambits. And now you can see yellow's pushing. Now, this is a good finish, right? Because yellow is boomed up to a degree where clearly he's a superior player. And now if he wants to get the victory, he's going to have to go 1v2. Maybe that's possible. We shall find out. The concern I would have is, are you going to run out of gold? But that could be a concern that could happen for everybody except Karambits, apparently. As Karambits switch trade to the other side, even though there is one yellow paladin there, that could be a huge talking point. Okay, Trebs will eventually go down here. We have bombard cannons now on the way. The hand cannons for Hindustanis have 9 range. It's the perfect unit now. Military counts 76 for Valley, who has no trade. And I think will still struggle to push into these many castles. And Orange is going to place a Wonder Foundation. If you go for a Wonder victory, Teal might actually ally Yellow, though. I'm not sure you want to do that. Also, the lack of Bracer is a painful thing to see here. But okay. You do have the Castle Fire. You do have some longbows. The Paladins are not going to be created all the time for Yellow, and Yellow is now backing away. Oh! Yellow started with the Wonder. Forgive me. So I saw this one. But Yellow's going for a Wonder victory. Again, you have to spend 1,000 wood, stone, and gold on the building. Finish the building. Once you finish the building, you have to wait 300 some odd years. It takes forever. But that is a good play if you don't think you can kill the other 2. And so Orange is like, well, I might as well start my own, because maybe this game will go on for a while, and that's maybe not the worst idea. I have my concerns over Orange's ability to push. I think it's going to be a slow process. But, okay, more Trebs are on the way. I was going to say the same for Teal, but now Teal's making bombard cannons, so maybe I'm wrong, actually. So, a little bit of a wonder race, as we have Teal now making markets over here, I assume, to trade with Orange. So there's no signs that Yellow is going to be able to convince the others to turn against each other. But man, is that a lot of Paladins. 52 Paladins. And not too many camels anymore. Yeah, hand cannons might have more range, but they're still at 45. Is it 45 or 40? 40 HP. Paladins have 180 HP. And the Paladins can easily mop this up. So yeah, the Wonder play from Yellow might actually work. There's a very slim chance that it works. Yep. Also, it's going to be tough for Teal to be able to afford more cannons. All right. You swear that playing community games makes you forget upgrades? Well, I imagine for some people, there's more pressure playing this than maybe your average online game. Like, even just a ranked 1v1, you're probably more relaxed because it's just you, yourself, and your thoughts. By the way, remember what I said about Orange's lack of ability to push? I take that back. Because holy crap. And that Wonder's on the way at 24%, while this one's at 54%. If the upgrades were in on the longbows, if they had full ups, I would have a bit more faith. Because they're doing 2 damage a hit. They should be doing 3 damage a hit. And they're receiving a bit more damage too. And it's also Persian Paladins that do more damage against archers already. So you kind of want to beef them up as much as possible. Welp, I got absolutely destroyed, but I count on you, Orange. Is Teal adding trade? Hey, Teal is slowly adding trade. It might take some time to be able to get the gold for more trade. But it might be really tough for Orange... for Yellow to make more Paladins after this attack. Look at these Paladins, man. The castle goes down, but the cost... all the Trebs, all the longbows. Longbows are strong when you have a meat shield in front. And, oh, don't put the Trebs forward. I think Orange is like, well, I'm probably going to lose these, so I might as well click them onto the Wonder. That's not going to happen. Yikes. Eco counts are actually quite low for the players remaining. 86 eco is the highest, and that's for Yellow right now. So again, let's just double check the stockpiles. So yellow could make hussars, but can't really afford many more paladins or more trebs. The wonder's going to complete though, which will prompt a countdown. Also, this looks really funny. Orange is more gold though. Like orange can make more longbows and go for another wave, and another wave, and another wave, and another wave, and then the wonder will be completed here as well. There's the wonder. Now, I haven't gotten Capture Age to fix this where the wonder countdown shows on screen yet. I'm going to have to ping them about that again because it's been like 6 months now. I'm hoping we can get that soon. But in the game, it's 350 years, which is like 35-minute game time. So we really have to pay attention around 155, 2-hour mark. I will have the tab in and out of the game if this, wonder gets closer. How many paladins do we have here? Zoom out. 66 paladins. That's enough to clear up another wave of longbows. The second wave, or I guess like technically like the 6th wave, but the wave after this next wave might be tough. And it could prep orange to win the game because orange will be working alongside teal to be able to take out yellow's wonder. And whether they kill yellow or take out yellow's wonder, then there's going to be a wonder in that corner. T90, it seems like there's a big difference in advantages for people who have played commie games before, those who have not. But if you have a dedicated vet game and a separate first-timer only game, no way. That would ruin it for me. That would absolutely ruin it for me. Now, for special events, maybe, like we've done with like Regicide Rumble. But what makes community games great is that there are varying skill levels. And I can agree that, someone who has played in community games before might, on average, do better. But that also could be that they've been a part of the community longer, which means maybe they're just better overall players, right? There's been plenty of instances where weaker players have won these games, and just trying to, match it up where it's like even skill levels the whole time, I think would ruin it. No longer the underdog stories. No longer the comeback stories. It's just like, names that everyone knows. I think that would be a bad idea, personally. Oh, I understand the suggestion. Fun game. Let's kill teal and very one happy. Not teal, please. Interesting. Anyway. An interesting exchange. Teal, stop. That's exactly what I would expect someone with a wonder to say. We can kill orange. Ally me. Which offers nothing. That offers nothing. But wait. Wait. Oh my god, no! No way! The king! The king is in here! I don't know if this is intentional or not, but yellow kills the king, and we know that yellow's wonder will go down here. Now, does yellow know? Yellow's like, okay, we just defended from that. We need to keep our paladins alive. Paladins are a very crucial unit. I can't make many more paladins. Thank God I saved all these paladins. Thank God I have a wonder. Thank God I have a king. The game ends, and 2 karambits, 1 pop wins the game. I need confirmation because I still do not know if teal did that intentionally, but 2 karambits, 1 pop gets the victory without even needing to move forward with the rest of those longbows. Dang. Okay, so the timing on that, as goodbye people came in at right around the time, I think it was like right after the death, so there wasn't a reaction from teal that was like, oh no, what did I do? The timing on that makes me feel like that was intentional. And I think Valizo just needed to be a little more delicate with the words, right? Just like, let's kill teal and everyone's happy. Teal, stop. We ally me. Very demanding, like. But hey, I mean, yellow had a bit of a target on their back because of the score, because of the wonder. And teal said, I know how to deal with that, and decided to end it all with a bang. So, GG. I think for orange, it was just kind of like, let's exist and let's not make too many people angry over here and see how it goes. There wasn't necessarily like tons of masterful strategy, but certainly like staying out of the way of the players who exploded earlier over here, staying on yellow's good side for long enough, and then eventually making it to a point where there were 3 left and anything could happen. It worked out. Story of the game for me, though, was just the failed communication from some of the players in the South. Like, it was so funny to me how it started off. What did Gray say? He's like, I want the Southeastern Alliance. Yes, the Southeastern Alliance. We will dominate. And then, like, Teal, it really seemed to be a part of it. You know, Blue was talking to himself instead of actually, like, moving out and working with a team, which led to Blue blowing up Red because there was no trust there, because their chat wasn't getting through. It was just, that was just funny to me. And a little bit relatable, I feel, as well, if you've ever tried to work the chat settings. Also, yeah, Trebuchet sniping a king with a Trebuchet was freaking epic. That was really cool to see. Orange won that game without even killing a king, by the way. No kings killed. That's impressive. Here you have the total KD. See, Valley Zone certainly was dominating that one with 1,400 units killed there. Economically dominant, 215,000 resources. And then, you know, I'll pan through a couple of the other stats if you guys are curious. We'll say this, though. Kudos to Teal and Orange, because I think a lot of players would have just said, I want second place, and I'm not going to team up against someone that's as good as Yellow, and then Yellow would have eventually won. And I was a little concerned. I was very concerned that would be the case, because I was just kind of getting those vibes for a while, but they said, no, we will put our foot down. And even Teal, they just said, I'll sacrifice myself. I don't care. We're going to take out this guy because that's what the people want. Well done. Also, I've been told that people made Trebuchet images. Can you post it in the Discord real quick? In like the T90 memes channel? Because I will maybe just look at it at the end of this video just in case we don't end up using that in the thumbnail. It was a solid game overall. Well played, everybody. I understand. I feel a lot of these players are going to look at this and say, man, I'm embarrassed. I should have known that. Should have known this. Geez, I wish I wouldn't have died fast. But that happens, and there's things to learn from, and there'll be more opportunities. Oh, there's more images there? Awesome. Okay, one sec. All right, how many do we have? T90 memes. Okay. This is good. I like the pot. I like how you have the chef's hat. Also, it's not even a definitive edition trebuchet. It's the Age of Conquerors trebuchet with the food. All right, that's high quality stuff. 9 out of 10. I don't know what this is. Okay, we've got another one. Good stuff. I'll give this a 8.5 out of 10 because there's nothing actually being cooked here. But still very solid. Thank you guys for that. Don't quote the I like the pot out of context. That's weird. I mean, I might, but okay. Content's over. Game's over. Video's over.